We're live on Facebook. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Zhu. Hi, Taras.
Hey, everybody.
How are you?
Good.
How's it in Taiwan?
Actually, last week,
Yeah.
my partner is in Beijing, want to go to Nanjing. Beijing to Nanjing, they have, virus issue. And this today, now they have the issue.
What
So
issue?
both times he cannot go.
Flood? Did you say flood?
Flood is very serious in China.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the news, it seems like it's really bad.
Yeah, now with Wuhan is a flood. I have, yeah. Then after that, they may go to Shanghai. Who knows?
After what?
After Wuhan flood, the flood will go to, the water will go to Shanghai.
I did look up a map. I'm gonna. You want to see the map I found? Hang on, if I can share my screen. Share. Where's the map? Oh, did I just hear flood risk? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. See, there's a lot of flooding.
Mm-hmm.
Yangtze, Pearl. Which one is the big flood?
Big flood, so Huai Yellow River, Long Yellow. It's I think the Huihai Taihu Basin. I think in Taihu Basin.
Taihu Basin. I see.
Mm.
There's a lot, huh?
I mean, most of it really now on the left hand side, Yangtze River Basin.
I see. Around here.
Yeah.
I see.
See that will go to Wuhan. Then after that go to Shanghai.
I see. I see. Okay. Yeah, just was kind of curious. I think I got some message from. Okay, so we have questions today. Taras, do you have questions for Dr. Zhu today?
Yeah, Dr. Su, people ask about Bagua and how we apply Bagua in Feng Shui.
You don't.
Don't? So why do we need to know about Bagua? Is it useful?
I mean,
well, can I also add, it's common belief in America that the Bagua is the map of energy in a house. That's very common belief. And people accept that as fact. So it's very hard when I say it's not fact. How would you address that?
actually, in the same way in China, people talk about Feng Shui, they talk about I Ching, right? I Ching is the 64 hexagram.
Yes.
So it must to do with I Ching. I say, if we design a house, what to do with I Ching? In Chinese history, never I Ching to design a temple, a palace, a house, residential house. They are totally different subject. I mean, I Ching is a very important book. Bagua is a very important concept, but it's irrelevant. It can stretch that relate to the Feng Shui. The reason they relate to Feng Shui is based on the cosmological school. Because cosmological school use a language of the Bagua, of the time, of the of the 180-year cycle. Only then you relate to the Bagua, relate to the Feng Shui. Otherwise, it's nothing to do with it.
I see. So
Even
my question is, like in America, it's like they go together, you know, Bagua and Feng Shui. Is that true in China as well? Do they believe that too?
it's not in China. It's not true of whatever.
I know,
The
but I
people-
mean, it's common here.
people-
I
yes.
just wanted to know if it's common
People
there.
always think about that Bagua, I Ching to do with Feng Shui. Is irrelevant.
I see.
I mean, you know, I mean, we based on the 4 features, right? And
Yes.
4 have nothing to do with Bagua issue.
No.
Bagua dealing with the 4 different directions, I mean 8 different directions.
Mhm.
Like, so if your direction is based on the 4 feature, then it's irrelevant.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
that in architecture school, when we talk about Feng Shui, they put down academia put down the Bagua concept with Feng Shui a long time ago. But if we were dealing with cosmology school, you had to deal with Bagua.
I see.
So if dealing with cosmology school, yes, Bagua relevant. If not, it's irrelevant.
I see. I see.
And Dr. Su, and which sphere of life is good to apply Bagua, is relevant? Knowledge of Bagua is relevant.
The most popular, the use of Bagua is the divination, is fortune reading.
I see.
Many
That's
of
it?
this, the fortune telling or that kind of stuff, that people use Bagua language a lot. Bagua is a language.
What do you mean by Bagua is a language? I don't understand that.
Bagua represents different direction, right?
Yes.
And the different direction have different energy. That's how they apply it.
Mm-hmm. Different direction has different energy. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. You talk about heaven, earth, right? I mean, Bagua means hanging things.
Pardon? It means what?
Hanging. Something, right?
Sorry, you got all cut off.
Eight big objects in the universe. What's the 8 big objects? The heaven, the earth, the thunder, the wind, the lake, you know, the mountain.
Water.
Yeah. No, the lake.
Lake fire. Was it fire?
Lake.
Lake.
Hmm.
So how does, so the 8 big objects.
For example, you know, we talk about heaven. The heaven have different energy, right? Earth has different energy, right?
Yes. So the Bagua, I mean, in the Bagua, did it come from the I Ching?
No, based on Bagua is 8.
Yes.
When you double the 8, it's
64.
64.
Oh, you're getting chopped up.
64 hexagram is I Ching from Yin.
Yes. So the main purpose of the Bagua was based on the.
Most of people talk about I Ching, and I Ching is great knowledge anyway. But
Yeah.
you know, it comes from Bagua.
Yes, the combination of the Bagua. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the only relevance of Bagua is fortune telling, right?
Not necessary, you know. Let's talk about Bagua. Let's talk about the 64 hexagram.
Okay.
Second half is now there are 3 or 4 schools. One we talk about guidance, ethical guidance, how you live life, okay? And Bagua, other school is useful divination, fortune telling divination. So they are basically two school, actually 4, but it's make it 2 school. One is how you conduct your life, how you live your life. Other one is divination, to fortune telling. There are so different approach there.
And do you use it in your life? Do you apply it?
I study I Chin. And yeah, I do use Bagua to divination in my life. But you know what?
What?
I only do it twice in my life.
To marry or not to marry?
That's a big question.
That's a good one.
In our Bagua theory class, we do teach people how to do divination, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you're serious about it, you work.
Yes, it says, even in the I Ching, it says, you can't just willy-nilly ask something. It has to be something very sincere, and your feelings have to be extremely sincere, and it's a very serious thing, It's not like, hey, where should I go to dinner tonight? Or, something simple. And they said the wording is very important, how you word your question.
I have a student, he's a psychotherapist, and he played the Bagua every day through the every day, and every day after a while, and show to me, okay, this week, okay, the guidance, this and that. I said, do you live your life by yourself or you live your life by I Ching? Nonsense, right? You need help. There's no other way to go around, right? That you console with it. Otherwise, you use it on logical thinking, everything there to guide your life, right? Some people do that, though. People have to throw hexagram before they get out of the house. Check it out or not, So, then you I Ching guide your life. That's not living.
That's
I used to worry a lot by decision making. So I used to consult a lot when I was younger. All these prediction techniques has been in my life since I'm a kid. But in the past few years, I've been trying to apply this phrase to my lifestyle. And I always say that whatever happens to me is the best thing that can happen. So either if it's bad or good, whatever decision I make, I try to not have regret. And if it was a bad decision, for me, I think it was still the best decision that I could make. So I try to learn the best from every decision. So I always apply this. Whatever happens to you is the best thing that can happen. So just keep going with it. But the moment that you start having regrets about your decisions, it's like you're pulling yourself backward. Instead, keep moving forward. And people who, as you said, the people that that every day you consult if you must do this or do that, it's like, as you say, you're not living, you're in standing by, you're in pause waiting for something tells you how to act. Instead, just keep flowing, because everybody has guidance and everybody has things that comes naturally out of you. You just need to express it. Everybody's different. So that's my try. I used to be like that. I used to be like that example that you just mentioned, but lately I've been saying, you know, just flow. Whatever happens to me is the best thing that can happen. So I just try to not regret of my decisions. I try to learn from them. And
Good attitude.
Yeah.
I have a hairdresser who used to tell me her friend had a book, and it kind of, it wasn't the I Ching, but basically it told her I don't know what kind of book, it's kind of a fortune telling book. And she said every day it told her her good luck or bad luck or whatever luck for the day. And so she would call her friend, she goes, oh, let's go to lunch. And her friend would say, wait. And she'd check her book and she goes, oh no, today's not a good day for me, I'm not going. And so she said she would get so angry, and she said, hey, come on, just forget about the book. But she said, it becomes an addiction. She said her friend was addicted and became scared of making her own decisions. She relied so much on the book. So she said, it can become scary.
Yeah, question is, who live your life? Do you live your life or the book live your life?
Too much dependence, you know, on the book, you know? So I thought, oh, that's a good lesson, you know? Because sometimes I think if she was doing it every day, she didn't realize that she became addicted to the book, you know?
Something like that happened to me with tossing coins. It was at some point of my life that I started tossing coins every time I had doubts. I still do it sometimes. But the thing is that when the coin chose the side of something that you don't want to do, but you know, you're like, okay, so I must do it or no? Like, I don't want, but the coin says that that's the way that I should go. So you get in this controversy, and the thing is that, you know, you start like debating if the coin is the best way to act or is what you want, and you're doubting both. So that's when I started applying the concept that I say, okay, so listen, I'm gonna choose the coin. So whatever I decide is the best course of action. I will not have regret. And it's funny because sometimes I start doing things that I don't want to, but I trust that is the best course of action. And sometimes I said, you know what? Forget the coin. I just go how I feel, and that's it. So I'm still in this debate. I cannot give you like a very exact answer. I think that people must act as how they feel. Like, for example, sometimes I feel to follow the coin, and sometimes I feel not to follow the coin.
Hey, but that's cheating, because that means you're not really following the coin. That's not following
But
the coin, you know?
I already made my decision. Like, if either I follow it, I gotta go with it. You know, that's the thing. It's about commitment of your decision and not regretting. Oh, if I had decided this one, I must have trusted the coin or whatever. You know, it's about having the commitment of whatever you decide, just stick with it. Because
But you don't need the coin, and you don't need the coin.
You know, I'm not using it anymore. I started using it.
I suppose you needed a very good book of interpretation, better book of how interpret the result of coin. So if the language was better for you,
I would get a coin with two heads.
Yeah, exactly. It's like horoscope. You read it, and if it's good, it's like yes. It's bad. Forget it. You know, we just want to hear what we want to hear.
But I think that we should do it only we exhaust our logical thinking. You know that we cannot decide A or B, and you really go through all this element, everything through all this analysis. They're still very close to A and B. You don't know what to do next. Only that time, you know, that you ask for help.
Yeah. Jenny, may I share my screen, please? I will ask the next question, okay?
Okay, wait, let me just make sure
Uh-huh.
it's shareable. Okay.
Thank you. It's the question from about the quote from Dr. Sue book and Jenny book, Truth, Myth and Misconceptions.
Mhm.
It says that the cosmology schools use the Bagua concept just to show what is Bagua. If some of people don't know what.
Oh, one line is missing, huh?
Yeah, one line missing because the I suppose the
Oh, lift it up, maybe.
yeah it disappeared while copying. But the question about how it could be used. And Dr. Su writes that throughout Chinese history, the Bagua has been widely used in oracle, then
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
divination. And it was very interesting to read about Chinese medicine, martial arts, and the military. Dr. Su, would you please tell us more about medicine and military, how they used Bagua?
You know, the Bagua has related to different organs, right? So
Right.
that,
Yeah.
so that's how they associate with medicine. For example, you know, if you talk about the stomach, digestive system, now there's earth system, and then related to kun diagram. So they use that one to make association and what to, okay, when it's too much, not too much, how you dealing with it. That's how you dealing with medicine.
But it was Usin applying for medicine. But do we need two systems, not only Usin, but also Bagua?
Bagua also use Wuxi theory. See, the Bagua itself don't have the connection, but Bagua assign. That's why that became Wuxin, related to Wuxin. For example, heaven is a metal, right? Kun is it's earth, right? They relate to the Wuxin.
And what about wind from Bagua? What is for medicine, for Usin?
Yeah, in the sun, in the Li is fire, Han is water, Sun is wind, and Gong and Kun is earth. So that is you want to have the different assignment of the Bagua assigned with fireman theory, because without a fireman theory, they cannot relate to each other. There's no connection. Or cannot connect unless they represent by fire element theory, and that's how they even the people use Bagua for fortune telling. They use fireman theory, because without fireman theory, they cannot relate to each other, right?
So fundamentally, it's really based on the five elements.
Fundamentally, fundamentally, it's fireman theory and yin theory. Everything the Bagua comes.
Oh, Dr. Zhu, you're getting chopped up.
You disappeared.
The Bagua relationship from fire and feng shui.
Sorry, Dr. Zhu.
I say that
chopped up.
Yin Yang is the base for Bagua. Can you hear me? Yin Yang is the base for Bagua, and the fireman theory is the base for the Bagua relationship. So without Yin Yang, without fireman theory, you don't have anything.
I see.
This is why we talk about natural law is so important. Yang theory and Feynman theory. That's the base. But many people forget about this.
I see.
Why we talk about without thinking about without Feynman theory, Bagua is useless.
Dr. Su, is Bagua natural law, natural principle?
And useless for fortune. So people observe.
Sorry, Dr. Su, can you repeat that, please?
And give them a symbol.
No, sorry, I can't hear. Can you guys hear?
Can you hear me?
No, we can.
Yeah,
no,
can
we cannot hear.
But it got some choppy, so if you can repeat the last 10 seconds or so.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we can.
Sometimes the internet creates.
Okay.
Maybe can you sit back? Can you sit back? Last time.
Again, I'm just saying that the fundamental base is what happened.
Something with internet, we suppose.
Oh.
Can you repeat the last bit you said because we couldn't hear it?
Just from the big, when you started answering my question about Bagua, is Bagua natural law or not?
I think I didn't hear you. Can you hear us?
Bagua is people create. Bagua is created to describe the natural objects, the 8 different natural objects, and each the metaphor has different meaning. When you say that it's natural law or not, what do you mean? I mean, I'm not clear about what natural law or not.
You mentioned that yin yang is a natural principle and wu xin is a natural principle. So my question, can we consider Bagua as a natural principle?
Bagua is principle can explain humanity.
Yeah, the Bagua used in the I Ching explains.
It just giving people a guidance for human being how to live life.
Mm. It's not a theory. It's just principles.
It's not a theory. Yeah.
Yeah. The Bagua is not a theory. You know, because like yin yang is a theory, right?
It's a theory, not natural theory. How to create your life.
Yeah. I think what you're trying to say is Bagua are principles. It's not a theory. So it's kind of more of a guidance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that make sense, Taras?
But it's not clear for me because the same we can say about yin yang and wu xin.
Yeah, it's not clear about your question.
Well,
not clear about your question.
I think what I'm trying to say is yin yang is about how we balance energies, you know, the yin and the yang. It's a theory.
See, let's talk about yin yang again. Yin yang is the symbol, right? Yin yang just a symbol. A symbol say if this up and this down. It's a natural principle, right? And you cannot say in the Bagua, if there's a mountain, there's earth. If such as, I mean, is is a lake, is a mountain. You cannot say that. You don't have the association. The association is extended by yin yang. So you cannot say there's a natural law. Bagua is not natural law.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So Bagua uses natural laws to provide guidance, pretty much.
Yes, yes, I think that's a good way to put it. Right, Dr. Zhu?
Everything based on that.
Can't hear you.
Then you have 4 phases. Right? Bagua, then you have 6 head.
Oh, he disappeared.
Everything start from there.
Dr. Zhu, you disappeared.
The yin only a symbol.
Oh, there you are. I don't know why you're we're having a lot of internet issues today with yours. A lot of your what you said got cut off. We can't hear you very well. I don't know why.
Yeah, we don't have before.
No, today is
Yeah.
not very good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Guys, I gotta go. I have to go to work, but I'll keep listening in my phone if you will stay online. So thank you so much for the time and for the knowledge. So
Okay.
yeah, I gotta work.
Thank you.
Please. Bye.
Yeah. I think it is confusing because especially in America when they use the Bagua as a principle. It's used as a principle to divide your house, and it says it's a principle used to understand the energy of your house. But in reality, it's not.
It's not. Also it's not.
It's really principles to guide you on how to live your life.
It's irrelevant to feng shui, period. Because you use the 8 different directions for the different energy. It was created by Lin Yun, the Black Hat School. He passed away.
The association of Bagua and
yeah.
was originated by him.
No, I mean original different part of the house, a different energy, right?
Yeah.
It's by him. And my opinion is that he really don't know what feng shui is.
I see.
Famous, most famous. Because I met him, I told you that I challenged him. I went to his class.
You went to his class?
Yes.
Tell us the story.
The earliest time in Vancouver, BC. First time I heard Black Hat School. I said, never heard about it. So I might learn something. So I went to him. I think pay $125 something in 1 day class. And shortly I know that he really don't know what he talk about. Then I in the intermission, I talked to him privately. I don't want to make a big face of him, right? So I asked him a question that he can answer. So I know he don't know what he talk about. Yeah.
I see.
And that's one way to relate to Bagua with a different energy. But in China, but he's not a cosmological school. But in cosmological school, they also use Bagua, right? They're a different approach. They use Bagua to show where the energy, what day, what year, what direction is the best energy. Again, long story by a famous master. Again, he misuses something. Yeah. So I no longer want to talk about them anymore. I don't want to waste energy. The early time I do teach in a cosmology school. I try to tell people I say, if you want to say something wrong, but you know what they talk about. That was my concept early on. Later I give up the concept. Just talk about what we talk about.
Yeah, Dr. So, and what about the military and martial arts? How do they use Bagua?
When they talk about a different direction, we use the Bagua for different direction. Then we talk about Bagua itself. It do have different kind of energy, right? You think about, say, northwest, southwest, the Earth square, because it's a Kun, and southwest is Kun, right? They're dealing with Earth, you know. Earth dealing with spirit energy, not spiritual, spirit energy. So different Bagua have different metaphor for different energy. So that if you want to something negative going to happen, it will happen from the northwest and southwest, northeast and southwest. Yeah, that kind of things.
Is it practical?
I don't know. I don't know if it's practical or not. People do use it.
I see. And when
but again, still, you talk about different fighting or warfare. Again, they still apply Feynman theory. They talk about the Bagua theory. They associate with Feynman theory. So based on Feynman theory point of view, such is right, such is wrong. For example, north overcomes south, east overcomes west. West overcome east. So they're based on Feynman theory.
Then why do they have to use the Bagua if you're using the 5-element theory anyway? Right? I don't understand.
Because when they use the Bagua, they associate the particular element of the Gua to use it. You don't need to use it. No. If you know how to use the Feynman theory, you don't need Bagua theory. Fair.
But they used it, is what you're saying. Not that they needed to, but they did use it.
People stretch it. People stretch application of the Bagua.
I see.
It's hard, the whole world. In whole China, you talk about the I Ching, with feng shui. You cannot put it down. That's the way it is now, right?
People accept that as fact now.
Yeah. And most people don't know what they talk about. And people really talk about it. When you challenge them, they cannot answer the question. Oh, yes. I say that, there are 8.5 million feng shui master in China. I say that, this is why I say, I give a few questions they can answer. What's the yin and yang of the book?
8.5 million. Oh.
Yeah, they claim 8.5 million. And what's the point of what's the yin yang of the universe? And they're basic stuff, and why is it important to know? A fundamental question. Nobody talk about it. Today, the big conference in Shanghai. I'm not in Shanghai anyway, but also I was invited as a special guest. But even in Shanghai, I would not go, just waste my time.
Is it the same conference that used to be last year, right?
I was here last year. I was a special guest, and also gave 1 hour lecture.
Oh. Are they still having these conferences under the, I don't know if they're in lockdown in that area? Are they still able to gather?
Yeah, that today, tomorrow.
Oh, they're
and-
able to.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. In Shanghai.
oh. Because here still we're having lots of problems where I am in America. Seattle's not good. We're having more cases.
But in China, they're not locking down now.
Oh.
Yeah, they're like, last week they opened up Beijing, so
Well, they
Shanghai,
opened up-
you go in and out. If you domestic travel is fine, but if traveling from outside, now you have to lock down for 2 weeks.
I see.
Yeah, so next week I go to Shanghai, I will be locked down for 2 weeks.
Oh, you're gonna go.
I have to go. Yeah, because I think that even 2 months from now, they're still going to lock it down anyway.
I
So
see.
I might do it now. Yeah.
Yeah. So at one time or another, you got to do it regardless. When you go.
Yeah. Yeah. And I go to China, I can be busy.
Oh, good. Oh,
Yeah.
good. Can you Zoom from Shanghai if you go, Dr. Zhu?
I think so, but Shanghai don't have Google, right?
But this is not Google. Oh, you mean because I send a link? I can text
Yeah.
that to you. That's no problem. I can text you a link.
I cannot receive email.
WeChat. WeChat.
I cannot.
I will use WeChat.
Yeah, I contact my friend in Shanghai through WeChat, and I've Zoomed with her. But
Oh,
it's also
WeChat.
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 We give each other the number, and then we can connect. So we can still continue to do this
Okay.
while
Yeah.
you're in Shanghai.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they use Zoom too.
Yeah. WeChat.
Yeah, WeChat's good. WeChat's good. And so, do you have any more questions, Taras?
No question.
Okay, today was
Okay.
really about the Bagua, so now we know. Tell me if I'm wrong. It's not a theory. The Bagua is based on principles, basically used in divination, especially from the I Ching.
Yeah. Bagua is a 3 dimension. Plus time is 4th dimension. So Bagua without time, Bagua plus time is 4th dimension. Is that we talk about, in 1915, and Einstein, his the relative theory, generative theory. The first time we talk about applied time became the 4th dimension. But you talk about your yin yang, that yin yang. The very beginning, right? There's nothing, right? One dot, right? There's no dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Yin yang it became line. That's 1st dimension.
Mm-hmm.
And then you became 4 phase, right? A plan. So there's a 2 dimension.
Right.
And your Bagua became a cubicle, the 3rd dimension. And then plus time, that's 4th dimension.
I see. And that's
So-
why it goes into the 4th dimension. That's why it's the divination. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just talking about the, more than 2,000 years ago, people already talk about 4th dimension,
Oh, I see.
yeah, in China, but only in the West, science, only 1915, they talk about it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So we're so behind. The ancient people knew more than we did.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like we're learning how to move the future from the past. Yeah.
it is challenge, Everybody talk about I Ching, Feng Shui is I Ching. Say, no, Feng Shui is not I Ching. You cannot explain to them. You cannot argue with them. So let them have their way.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess, like you say, we just have to follow what resonates with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable. That's understandable. Okay.
Okay then. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Su. When are you leaving
Bye.
Shanghai? When are you leaving?
I don't know.
Okay. So keep in touch.
Okay, maybe in 10 days, yeah.
Okay. Then our
Okay.
next Zoom will be you from Shanghai.
Okay.
Okay, take care
Okay.
now.
Hope to
Thank
see you
you.
soon.
Have a good
Bye.
week.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.